In this video, I'm going to simplify the AI agent node which is present in n8n. We're going to cover the what, why, who, when, and where. And then finally, we're going to learn how in action. And we're going to cover all these points. So to start off, let's answer the very first question. That is, what is the AI agent node? So the AI agent node lets your automation think, remember, and take actions. So basically like a brain to your automation. The next question, why? Why do we even need it? The very first reason, it's completely no code. So before the so-called invention of this node, one had to code out the tools and everything to give your LLM access to APIs. But with this new invention, you don't really have to do that. And you can simply connect tools to the AI agent node. You can give decision-making power to it. You can give it memory and more. So that's the very first reason. And the second reason is that instead of just triggering actions, it can actually converse, it can make decisions and call tools like APIs. So it makes your automation dynamic. It means you don't have to hard code everything in the very beginning. You can just give it access to the tools and then as per the situation, it's going to make a decision and use them. The next question, who is it for? So it's for people who don't like chaos in their lives and they prefer straightforward approaches. I used to get very irritated before this thing came out because I had to like hard code everything like in Python language and stuff like that, and then there would be endless errors, and obviously it's kind of a stressful situation, but after this it has been way easier to develop and deploy automations. The next and the very important question, when? When do you actually have to use the AI agent node? So basically, you can use it in any automation where AI either needs to talk or needs to decide. And finally, where do we use it? So within your automation, you can either put it right after the user input, or you can put it in between the automation where you would want it to take actions. And the last one, how do we use it? So that's exactly what we're going to learn. So we're going to learn how you can create a chat instance within n8n using the AI agent node. We're going to cover memory, tools, JSON tool output, and we're also going to cover how you can call another AI agent from one AI agent. So if you're looking to develop a multi-agent setup, then this one is going to be handy for you. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Before that, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Yashika Jain and I'm the founder of Automates AI. Automates AI is my AI automation agency wherein we create AI systems for businesses. And almost 90% of automations that we develop contain the AI agent node. And I'm pretty sure that this number is going to reach 97% very, very soon. Apart from that, I'm also an AI consultant. I run my own personal brand on YouTube and LinkedIn. And I love teaching AI to people apart from building it for businesses. Okay, so here I am on my n8n account. If you don't already have an account, then the link to n8n is in the description below. Click on that, create an account. You're going to get a free trial so that you can easily get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on this button that says create workflow to get a blank canvas. And there you go. So as I said, the first thing that we're going to cover is going to be the chat instance. So let's say you want to create a chatbot. It could be for your website, it could be for WhatsApp or any other platform. So for that, you're going to click on this to add a trigger. Now, obviously, the trigger is going to be on chat message. And that's it. So as soon as a chat message is received, it's going to trigger the automation. And the next node, as you might have guessed, is going to be the AI agent node. So to get that, you're going to click on this plus icon. Let me move myself here. And then you're going to select the first one that says advanced AI. And there you go. This is the node right there. So you can click on it and it's going to open this up for you. So in case someone is not familiar with this setup, let me tell you that any input which is coming from the previous nodes would be displayed here. Then this is the part where you actually configure the settings, right, of your AI agent node. And then this is the part where you're going to get the output of this node. So let's test the previous node to get something here. So I'm going to come out of this and I'm going to click on open chat. Let me move myself here. And then I'm going to say hi. Okay, now it's obviously not going to work, but it would have tested the first node for us. Yes, this has been tested. So you can click on hide chat and then go back to the AI agent node. And then as you can see in the input tab, we already have the inputs that we had given. So for instance, the chat input was hi. If you're getting any error, you can just cross it. We don't really have to pay attention to that. So now the first one is the source for prompt. And just make it a hard and fast rule to always select the second option that says define below, because that is going to allow you to actually define a user message. The user message is simply something that the user has sent in the chat in this case. So to explain it better, let me quickly take you to ChatGPT. Okay, so if I say hi here, then this is going to be my user message. Okay, so this is the exact same thing. So all you have to do is you have to say user input, and then you can drag and drop this right here after this. And as you can see in the result, the user input is hi. So every time they put anything in the chat, it's going to be auto-populated here. That means it's dynamic. And that's all you have to put in the user message prompt. The next thing that you would have to set up is going to be a system message. So to set it up, you're going to click on this add option button and then you're going to select system message. Now, this is the place where you specify your entire prompt. So whatever you want it to do, you write it right here. So just to give you an example, you could say that talk to the user in a friendly manner, crack jokes, and ask them riddles. Okay, very simple. This is the place where you're telling it what it is supposed to do. And then this was the place where you were giving the user input. So once this is done, you can just come out of this. The next thing that you have to do is select a chat model. So if you click here, you're going to see all of these different language models on the right-hand side. So we have Anthropic, we have Grok, we have OpenAI, and all of these other models. You can select whichever one you're more comfortable with and whichever one you think performs the best for you. In this case, I'm going to go with OpenAI. At this point, you will have to connect your OpenAI's API keys with this so that it's able to use your credits and tokens to fuel the conversation. The AI agent node is not free, right? You have to pay for the tokens you're using when it comes to artificial intelligence. So even if you choose Claude or any other, you'll have to connect your API keys. Now, one alternative could be using DeepSeek. So it's kind of more cheap and even free in some cases. But right now, we're just going to go with OpenAI. So if you don't already have an account, head over to openai.com. Then you're going to click on API platform and then API login. So if you don't have an account with them, create one using your email. If you do, just log in. Then you're going to land somewhere here. All you have to do is go to settings and then head over to billings. Now, this is the place where you would have to add some credit balance so that the API actually works. That's going to be for the token consumption. Once you have done that, you can head over to API keys here and then you can click on create new secret key. You can give it any name. And then as soon as you click on create, you're going to get a token. So a string of characters. Simply copy it, come back here, and then click on create new credential and just paste it right here under API key. Once done, you can save it and your OpenAI account would be successfully connected with n8n. The same process has to be followed for any other chat model. So for instance, if you're using Claude, you would go to Anthropic's website, you're going to create an account, you're going to put some money in and then get your API keys and connect it. Okay, now we have to select the model. So for a chatbot, I would say you can go with GPT-4o. And that's all you have to configure here. Once this is done, you can just come out of this. And let's go ahead and test it. So you're going to click on test step to see if things are working. After you have got the output, just go to the output tab here. And for this one, you can go to schema. It's more easy to, read the output if you select schema. And as you can see, here's the output. Hello there, how's it going? Why don't we kick things off with a riddle? What has keys but can't open locks? Okay, so yeah, that's what we told it to do, and that's what it's doing. So once this is done, please save the automation to save your work. And let's go ahead and have a quick chat with it. So I'm going to click on open chat and just refresh it. And I'll say hi. Okay. So, hello there. Glad you popped in. How's your day going? By the way, why can't you give Elsa a balloon? I mean, I don't know. Okay. Now, if you notice, you will see that the response was a bit off the track. So I said, I don't know, and it should have given me the response, like the answer to the riddle, but it did not. So why was that the case? That was the case because we did not add memory to the AI agent. If you don't add memory to the node, then every single message that you send here, it's going to be like a new conversation for the AI agent, and it wouldn't know what was your last message. So if I type here, what was my last message? It won't be able to answer that question. Okay, so as you can see, it was not able to answer it. So let's go ahead and add memory so that you can do a back and forth chat with it. So simply click on hide chat and then click on this plus icon for memory. Now again, you have a couple of options here. The most straightforward option is to simply select simple memory. It works great. But if you are going to production, you could also go with one of these options. For now, I'm going to click on simple memory. You don't need to change any of this for the time being, but yes, you can change this one. So how many past interactions should your AI agent remember, or it should receive as context? So I would say you can keep it as 10, okay? And that is going to be a good start for you. Then you can click on save again. Now if you go and chat again, so just refresh it. This time I'll again say hi. Okay, so want to hear a joke or maybe solve a riddle? I'll say yes. Let's just say yes, okay? Okay, now if you see, it really got my message yes. That is because we had added memory to it. So awesome, let's kick things off with a joke. Why don't skeletons fight with each other? Because they don't have guts, okay? And then it has given me a riddle. And again, if you say what was my last message, it should be able to say it. So yeah, my last message was yes. So that is how you create a chat AI agent. Now coming back here. This is not a very great system prompt, is it? No, it's not. So the best way to write a system prompt is to start away with the identity. Then you can put its role if needed. Then you can set its tone. Also, if there's any back context that you would want to give, you can give it after the identity. So back context. And then comes the actual conversational flow, in which you specify how it has to talk, how it has to introduce itself, right? All of that. And then finally, you can end off with notes. So let me just open it up for you like this. Okay, so let's give it an identity. So you are Jenny. Jenny's restaurant. Now, obviously, you have to give it a better back context, but just for the sake of it, I've written that. And then you can specify its role, so what it's supposed to do and what it is not supposed to do. You have to. So let's think of this chat agent as more of an issue resolving agent. So whenever there's a problem, the person comes and talks to this agent. This agent hears their problem, kinds of validate if it's an actual problem or not. And then if it is, it's gonna capture their name, email, and phone number, hopefully, and then send a notification to the actual team saying that so and so went wrong. Please look into it. I've taken a pretty straightforward example that's kind of beginners friendly. So for the tone, we can say be patient, make them feel comfortable, be concise, helpful and friendly. Next is going to be the conversational flow. So let's start. One is going to be introduction. So you can say, introduce yourself and ask how you can assist them. Ask them a couple of questions. Then thirdly, apologize and ask for name. Then address them by their name and then ask for their phone number to reach back. Confirm that someone from the team is going to reach back. Okay, so that's the conversational flow. Now for the notes, you can just put anything that comes into your mind when you're testing it. So let's say you were testing it, it did something wrong, so you come back here and put it. So for example, we can say use less emojis. So that's one of the note. So this is how you write a prompt. Then you can just get out of this, again save it, and let's go ahead and test it. Okay, so let's just do a quick chat. So hi. So I'll say I had ordered sandwiches and I only got one. I'm sorry to hear about the mix-up. Could you please provide me with your name? It's Yashika. Thank you, Yashika. Could you also provide your phone number so we can reach back to you regarding the issue? Okay, let's just put something random. Okay, thanks, Yashika. We apologize. Someone from our team will contact you shortly to resolve this issue. So as you can see, it was a full drawn conversation. So whatever your use case is, just follow this approach and very nicely define the conversational flow, and it's going to work amazingly. The next thing that we're going to learn here are going to be tools. So as you know that in this chat, we said that someone from the team is going to reach back to you. So how would the team know that, there's a new issue? They would either know it using maybe, let's say there was an SMS message or they got an email or, something like that. So in this case, let's just do a simple email to the team so that they know that, okay, there's a new issue. And it's pretty simple to design tools inside of the AI agent node. You don't have to code, you don't have to take any stress. It's pretty simple. So you can just click on tool and the plus icon here. Just let me move myself here. And as you can see, these are all the different tools that you can access inside of this. And even if you're not seeing any tool here, you could easily connect it using the HTTP request tool, because it's not, not every other tool is present here. So that's why they have this HTTP request tool that you could use. So I'm just going to search for Gmail, and as you can see, here's the tool. After that, it's going to ask you to connect your email. So click on create new credential, click on sign in with Google, select any of your email, click on save, and that's it. Your email would be connected. Now for the tool description, if you want, you can set it manually, and you could say something like, call this tool with the customer's name, phone number, and issue to inform the team. Okay, so that's the tool's description. The resource is going to be message, operation is send. Okay, so which email is it going to? So it could go to, let's say, I don't know, it could go to jenny@jennyrestaurant.com or whichever email the team is using. Now for the subject, I think for this one you can just put it as a fixed subject, but if you would like dynamic subjects, you can even do that. So for now, just let's put new issue received. Okay, so every time there's this email, it's going to have this same subject. If you want a dynamic one, you can just click on this, and after that, AI is going to automatically put a subject for you. Okay, now if you really want to give it instructions on how to design the subject, you can click on add description, and you can give it a description that the subject should be like this, like that, and all of that. I don't think that's necessary, so I'm just going to delete it. Okay, and again, this is also not necessary, so I'm just going to put a fixed subject that is new issue received. Okay, Next up is going to be the message. Now obviously we would want AI to write the message, so just click on this right here, and then AI is going to automatically define it. But this time I would like to put a description, so write a straightforward email to send the person's name, phone number, and issue. Okay, that's it. And your tool is ready. That's how simple it is to create tools within using the AI agent node. Wherever you want the AI agent to fill out certain things, you just click on this magic button and that's it. It's going to do its magic. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and test it. Instead of this email, let me put my email. Okay, so I've added my email. We're going to click on save. Let's do open chat. So let's refresh and I'm going to say hi. I'm not happy with your service. Okay, and then it asked me what went wrong. So let me say the food was delivered after an hour of placing the order. It was all cold. Okay, so it said, I'm sorry to hear that. That's definitely not the experience we want our customers to have. Could I please have your name? Okay. Thank you. Could you provide me with your phone number? Let's just put something. Okay. Thank you. I have informed our team about the issue and someone will be reaching out shortly. Now, if you see here, it shows a green tick on the tool. That means it used the tool. Okay, so I just got this email. New issue received. Customer name is this. Phone number is this. Issue is customer reported that the food was delivered an hour after placing the order and it was all cold. Okay, so that's all good. Now we could make the email look a bit better. So now for that, we will just close this. We're going to go back to the tool. Now in the description of the message, just say format the email in a readable manner. Use the BR tag to introduce a break. And this is supposed to be BR. Yeah. Now, basically, since we are sending it in HTML format, we can ask it to add this tag, that is BR, anywhere where it would like to introduce a line break. Okay, so that the email looks a bit more readable. But did you notice it really went ahead and created the entire message for us? We did not set it at all. It was it created it from scratch. So that is the reason why this comes so handy. Okay, so let's save it. Now, another addition that I can give you as a homework is that you have to add that you will only transfer the issue to the team if it's a valid issue. Okay, so if there's some kid messing around, then you won't really transfer it, if you're getting my point. If the issue is really genuine, only then transfer it. If not, just tell the user that that's not something we cover as a part of our customer service. Because a lot of times just, kids take phone and then they're just messing around with the chatbots. So that's another filter you could add here. That's your homework. So I hope you've learned how to create the AI agent, how to prompt it, how to connect the chat model, how to connect the memory, and how to add tools as well. After this, let me quickly show you how you can set up an AI agent which gives JSON structured outputs. Now, this is needed when you want the AI agent node to give the same type of output every single time with the same structure, so that you can later on use it in your automation very easily and map it easily. So just to take an example, I'm just going to add a new trigger here. So action in app. Oh, sorry. Okay. And then here I'm going to search for Google Drive. Okay. And the trigger is going to be on changes to a specific folder. Then I'm just going to select a folder right here, and then we will watch for any new files created. I'm just setting it up to give you an example. Okay, so this is the folder right here. I'm just going to click on fetch test events. Okay, So no data was found. Let me first upload a file. Okay, so I have uploaded a file here. Let it upload. Okay, and then let's click on test. Okay, so it got the file. That's good. Let's just drag it here. Okay. Okay, now we'll have to download the file to actually use it in the automation. Again, this is not very necessary for you. I just have to do this setup to actually teach you how you can use the JSON structured output. So I'm going to click on plus. I'm going to select Google Drive. And then I'm going to select download a file. Okay, and then it's asking for the file ID. So just select by ID here and drag and drop the ID of your file. If you can't find it, just search it in the search bar. Click on test tab. There you go. The file is ready. Next up, let's just extract the data of the file. So extract from PDF. And this particular name should match this particular name. Okay, so if these match, then it's automatically going to look into the file and get the content. So let's click on test, and there you go. Here's the text of the file. Now comes the AI agent module. Please pay attention. So we're going to go to advanced AI. We will select AI agent. Here we are going to select define below. Now here you can just put the PDF text as the user message. So you drag and drop the text, and then every time it's gonna add the text of the file. And this time you're gonna turn this button on that says require specific output format. Then you will have to add a system message to tell it what it's supposed to do. So I'm just going to put a very simple one for now. Okay, so pretty simple. Extract the invoice number, bank details, item details, total, tax rates, recipient name from the given PDF. So the PDF that I had uploaded was an invoice. So yeah, that's going to be that. And then again, you have to add the chat model as I've already taught. So you're going to go for OpenAI. You might have already connected your account. So for the model, you can go with 4o Mini. That works amazingly. Now, if you pay attention, there has been a new addition, the output parser. Basically, you have a new plus icon where you can click and add a tool to parse the response. Now, I'm going to talk about it, but for now, just select structured output parser. Okay, for the example, just wait. This is how the AI agent should look like. So basically, this AI agent module is going to give you a JSON. So JSON is more like, if you see it, it's going to seem like code to you, but it would be in a defined structure every single time. Now, I said defined structure. Where did you define the structure? You are going to define the structure in this particular module. So whatever JSON you want, whatever structure you want, you're going to paste it right here, and it's going to use that to give consistent outputs every single time. So let's do this. We're going to go back here. We're going to select all of this that we're looking for. We're going to go to ChatGPT, and we're going to say, give me a JSON example for these fields. Okay, now it's going to give you a JSON. It's going to be an example. Just copy it. Okay, come back here. Come to the structured output parser and paste it. Now this is the example it's going to follow every single time to give you an output. Come back here, click on test step. Let it run. Let me move myself here. Okay. Now if you see, it gave you an exact output. So it extracted the invoice number, the bank details of the person, the recipient name, the item details, as you can see, total and the tax rate, and it also parsed it. That means that in your next modules you can easily drag and drop it and use it in the later automation. So anytime you want a consistent output from the AI agent, you are going to use structured JSON output. This is generally used between the automations for data handling, okay? And it's not very prominent inside of chat agents. It's more to give, your automation more flexibility. And now, even if you give it some other invoice, if you upload, let's say, another format type of an invoice, it's still going to give you the same structured output every single time. Okay, so let's save it. Now we are going to cover the very last instance, that is going to be how you can call some other AI agent using this AI agent. So if you want to set up a multi-agent setup, let's say you have one main agent and then beneath it you have a couple of more agents working, then this one is going to be handy. Or if you want to call some other n8n workflow that you had created previously, then also this setup works. Okay, so for that you're going to go to tools and you're simply going to select call n8n workflow tool, so that you can call some other tool, another workflow that you had created, and in that very workflow you could set up your other AI agent as well. So I'm just going to name it. So basically right now the AI agent that we had created for the chat instance does not have access to knowledge base. So I'm just going to call it the knowledge tool, and I'm going to give it a description saying that you can call this to get answers to out of scope questions. Okay, after that, it's going to ask you to connect it to some other automation that you had connected. Okay, so in one of my previous videos, I had covered how you can easily give knowledge to your AI agents by just uploading files and dragging and dropping them. Okay, so I'm just going to select that particular workflow. And let me just show you, it looked something like this, in which I had connected it to an OpenAI assistant. Now, to make this work such that our very first AI agent, the chat one, can call this other AI agent that would have been set up separately. So for that, you'll have to add a trigger, which is going to be execute. So just search for execute, select execute sub workflow, and then under triggers, select this one, when executed by another workflow. And then here you can add any information that you would want to get from your previous workflow. So in this case, it's just going to be the question that the user might have asked. And then just click on test step and that's it. So if you go here and then you just put it like this. Now within your actual setup, you can, I'm just going to remove this prompt because we don't really need it. I'm just going to say answer user's question. And then I'm just going to put the question that would have been received from the previous one. So let me just put it here. Okay. Yeah. Right now it's showing null, but when it's running, the previous one is going to send a question. Okay. Then you can click on save. We can get rid of this. We don't really need it now. And I'm just going to save it. Also, just turn it on if it's allowing you to turn it on. In major cases, it wouldn't let you turn it on. So that's also fine. It's still going to work. Okay. So yeah, this is done. Let's go back here. Let's go back to this one. Okay. And as you can see, it gave us a field to add the question. This was because we had added question here as a field we need. And that's why it added here. Now, since we don't really know the question, we're just going to select this magic button, which would allow AI to automatically, detect and send the question. So yeah, this is how the setup should look like. Then you can just save it. If you want, you can also rename this one so that it looks neat. Okay, so now we have the knowledge tool. Let's click on open chat. We are going to start it from the very top. So let me ask it its address. What's your address? Okay, let's see what it is doing. Okay, so it is running the knowledge tool and there's an error. So the error says, error in subnode simple memory, no session ID found. Okay, I think it was from this one, I think. Let's see. Yeah, so this other automation gave an error from the simple memory one. Okay, so I'm just going to remove the memory for now because the RAG agent is just giving answers to questions, right? It doesn't need to have a memory. You just give a question, it's going to give you an answer. That's it. So let's save it again. Let's go back here. Let's test it again. So I'm going to say hi. Okay, then I'm going to ask what's your address. Also, I did not remove the memory from the main AI agent. It's still there. I only removed the memory from my other one, that is from the knowledge tool. Okay, so don't get confused there. Okay, so it is running it and I think it's there. The address is this. That's correct. So in my PDF that I had uploaded when I was setting up this agent, I had added this address. You can even see it in my other video in that I'm showing you that this is the address that has been mentioned. So yeah, the knowledge tool is working as well. So the entire goal was to teach you how you can set up the AI agent, how you can add a chat model, how you can add the prompt, the memory, tools, and also how you can call other AI agents using the main AI agent, which is what we did with the knowledge tool right here. If you want to set this up, then please refer to that particular video. I have explained everything in detail. If you don't really want to set it up and you were just learning the process, then it's completely fine. So I'm just going to save it. If you want to rename the automation, you can do it right here. Okay. So I hope this video was valuable to you in some manner or the other. If you want to see some other video of mine, let's say you want to learn something else, then let me know in the comments below and I would be more than happy to create a video on that. If you faced any issues, if you have any doubts, let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please like the video. If you want to see more of these, please subscribe to the channel. If anyone is interested in getting AI systems built out for their own business, then check out the link to my website in the description below and book a call with us. And if it's a fit, we would love to work with you and automate your business. So that's pretty much it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye.